All right, so I have all of our labels here printed out. We have peppermint, lavender, and our Pacific Trails labels here. So one thing to remember, figure out which state, so whatever state you live in, you're gonna wanna check the labeling laws and the different types of details within those laws that you have to abide by. So soap, you know, depending on your formula, could be labeled as a cosmetic. Perhaps in your state, soap is a cosmetic. So you definitely want to take some time and research, go back through, you know, you don't want to be hit with any penalties or fines because your products are labeled wrong. So here in PA, we have to have the company name, we have to have the name of the item, and then for me, you know, that it's handcrafted, that it's hand poured and made, and that it's a natural soap. And then on the back side, I went ahead, I think it's at the bottom of these. Yep, I'll give you a whole sheet where you guys can see. On the back side, you do have to list all of your ingredients. Now, if you have like a secret ingredient that you love to throw into the mix, you still have to label that ingredient. You do not have to give your formula or your recipe for, you know, like a bath bomb or lip butter, anything like that. You don't have to put it out there, your formula, for somebody to steal, but you do have to list all of your items. So our basic soap formula, we have coconut oil, hemp seed oil, olive oil, shea butter, castor oil, sodium hydroxide, which is the lye solution that we use to saponify our soaps, and then essential oils for a blended in scent. And even our essential oils are listed here, and the essential oils will obviously be listed in the name of our soap. So for instance, our lavender soap. And then on the back, a customer can flip over your bar of soap and see, oh, you know, essential oils, it's obviously lavender, peppermint, sage, you know, whether it's an orange extract in an essential oil or whatever. So you definitely want to make sure that you take the time, come up with a really good logo, a nice clean label, front and back. Like I said, I chose to just go with my company name, handcrafted, hand poured, and the name of each individual item, whether it's a bath bomb, a soap, a lip butter, a body butter, an exfoliating sugar scrub, anything. So make sure you always list your ingredients, play with it. You know, I use Canva a lot when I am editing and creating different labels. Canva is an incredible tool. You can use the Canva app for free for a lot of different things. I actually upgraded to the Pro, Canva Pro, and I think it is $4 or $5 a month. It's not too expensive, and it is a great app. There's all different types of pre-made templates on there that you can literally exchange and switch out your own personal photography images for, you know, your own products. But if you need some stock photography images, go for it. You can use those, you know, as long as they kind of fit and kind of go along with, you know, your store, your idea, your platform, whatever your niche is, you can do that. And they help everything, you know, be pulled together and look really, really professional. So I highly, highly, highly recommend using Canva. Canva Pro, I think, is worth the investment. So let's get to it. Let's get labeling. More than halfway done with labeling part of our soaps. I wanted you guys to see how professional and clean these look. Now, every single soap is made with the same soap base formula so far in my products. So all of them get the same ingredient label, which is really nice because there's not too many like crazy things that can go wrong, right? So yeah, I go ahead and just put all of these on the back. One thing that I did forget earlier when I was talking about the labeling, your label, the name of your item, the ounce and the weight must be displayed on the front, which we'll be doing the main labels here in a sec. But also the town in which you make your products or where your business is based, that must be on there. You don't have to give like the highway, your street address, anything like that. So for us, it would be Spartansburg, PA. We're from a very small rural community here in Pennsylvania, northwest corner of PA, close to Ohio. So yeah, don't forget something like that. But like I said earlier in the video, you want to go back and double check. Just Google, do some research, do your due diligence in starting up a business. You definitely want to make sure that you have all of your labels the way they're supposed to be. That way, there's no issues, later down the line, because then that starts building up more money that's being wasted, right? When you start your business, usually people start their business on little to next to nothing, right? You have this dream, you have this goal, you start small and you start building. Making sure that when you make your first set of labels that they're labeled properly will save you a lot of money down the road. Even if you guys decide later on down the road that you're not crazy about your logo, don't worry about it. I'll probably end up changing my logo, 6 months from now. It's okay. You're allowed to grow and you're allowed to evolve. And as your customers grow and evolve with you into, different products that you carry in your line, they're going to see that growth, right? So don't ever fret if you're like, oh man, I started working on a logo and it's just not as perfect as I wanted it. It's okay. You can always change them later. But like I said, use Canva. Canva has a lot of amazing templates for you to create logos, even your labels like this. So make sure you guys check that out. But let's get back in finishing up our labeling. Absolutely love how these turned out. So here is the final product. We have our Pacific Trails. We then have Peppermint. Oh, I love these. And Lavender. These look great. They look so cute and so professional. I obviously wrap my soap in the heat wrap, shrink wrap, and then I throw on these beautiful transparent label stickers. So even through the labels, you can see the beautiful swirling details, all the different colors. I absolutely love these labels. So I'm not sure if you guys caught it or not, but I had 2 sets of labels here printed for today's labeling, and that was one for lavender soap and one for lavender bath bombs. And in the midst of looking at the soap label, I picked up the bath bomb one and I went ahead and I labeled all of my lavender soap bath bombs. So I had to go back through, take the labels off, and then put them and apply them onto the bath bombs. But I think they turned out beautifully still. And then went ahead and put the proper labels on the lavender. So even in times when, you make a mistake, don't let it hold you back, just take it off or fix it or redo it, because the end result will be well worth it, right? I could have left those labels and been like, yeah, I made this mistake, whatever, but these are still lavender, Customers want to see proper labeling. So if you make a mistake, go back and fix it. Triple checking, which I should have done, obviously, but I was looking at the soap one and I just scooped up the bath bomb one. But also another thing, my labels. So I'll do a whole different video on my labels, how I do them, how I create them. I use online labels for my labels. They are beautiful. They are transparent. I use the 1.8 by 1.8 I did get the 2x2s in my initial order, but I realized if I downgraded just a little bit in size, I could put them on my bath bombs, and I could put them on some other items that I'm preparing to launch very soon. So then I could just get a large bulk quantity of the 1.8 by 1.8 templates, the little labels, and then I could just print them in bulk. Basically, you get, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Okay, so it is 20. So you get 20 labels per sheet. And basically, roughly, I use an entire sheet per batch of soap. Unless I have like a double batch of like peppermint's super popular, so I have more peppermint curing. Basically, my soap comes out to 1 sheet per scent. And then obviously bath bombs are completely different, but I really like the square labels on the bath bombs. I think they're still fine. I mean, I could turn them, you know, get the circle ones, like the 2-inch circles, but honestly, like I said, they're beautiful and they're transparent. I don't think it matters. Perhaps over time, I'll realize, you know, I really want to do that. But right now, starting out and like building, don't worry about little things like that. Figure out a size that is kind of like a general size for the majority of your items that you'll be carrying, and buy it in bulk. And when I say bulk, I think I bought 20 or 25 sheets of the 1x8s, and I have labeled hundreds of different products, individual soap, bath bombs, lots of items, and all the items that I have coming, they'll also get labeled with the 1.8 labels. One nice thing, and I put them all on here all crooked so you guys could see, these are sticker labels, obviously, but the adhesive on the back of them, so you guys see, you know, you saw when I put it on and really rubbed it on with my thumb on the front and the back labels. If you grab it by the corner and you just peel it off, you can still peel it off, and there's going to be a lot of adhesive on there to stick it back onto the waxy paper it came on, and then use it later. So always make sure you save at least one of these in case you make that mistake. You can go back and apply these there, because if I hadn't saved any of these and I threw them all out, I would have all these labels that I then would have to try to figure out what I could stick them on, or just throw them away, because I didn't have anything to save them. So make sure, you know, save one of these sheets or 2 of these sheets just in case, because you don't know. For me today, I've had like this odd random day where I've done things a little backwards, so it's thrown off my entire schedule, you know? So making this mistake today, I'm not surprised. I'm just not surprised. But I think anyways, I think the labels turned out beautifully. So here's Pacific Trails. This is a really beautiful cedarwood pine scent. Great. It really matches and captures like the scent of the Pacific Northwest. Truly, truly, truly. Pacific Trails. And then lavender, of course. And then on the back, we have all of our ingredients and the town that it's made in. And then peppermint. So you guys can see that these transparent labels really showcase all the different colors, all the different mica powders that we use. I just think they're beautiful. I think they are great when it comes to pricing. Like I said, I got 25 sheets, and then I got some lip butter labels as well. And I think for like $20 to $30, I got hundreds of labels. Which is really nice because, like I said, I use Canva, and I take that template, that transparent template from Canva, save it onto my computer, and then as it's saved in my computer, I can then look it up and put it into the program that you get for free when you buy from Online Labels. They send you, you know, like your confirmation email with your first order, and then they send you a code that is good for 12 months to use their software to create your own custom labels. They also have templates on their website as well that you can use if you choose to, but like I said, I prefer Canva. Canva allows you to really mess with different colors, different designs, different fonts, and so does Online Labels website, that, you know, their editing site. But I just prefer Canva personally. I've been using Canva for several years, and I really love everything that little app has to offer. So these are labeled and ready for the farmer's market.